Cool beans. All righty. So, welcome to the beginning of the week, technical and fundamental analysis. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the technical analysis and pass it over to Carmen because she has a lot for us tonight. So, looking at the pre-week analysis that I sent out in the Telegram group yesterday, I told you guys that I wanted to see us pull back down to retest the discount PD array for last week's price range. We're looking right here. This was last week's price range. I told you guys that my bias was to start out the week and see us pull back down to that discount array. However, I told you guys that if we broke above last week's buy side liquidity and closed above it, that my level of interest would be 103.246. That would be the first target for Dixie to the upside to see price run to. And then my second target was 103.572. So if we break down to the hour time frame today, we see we broke above that last week's buy side liquidity, closed above it, right? Had this pullback right here at down to this order block, and we ran up to that level of 103.246 that I wanted to see us run to if price ran and closed above buy side liquidity. So that was what we got today. We attempted to run my 103 0.572, but we fell short. So moving forward for the rest of the week, I want to see if we stay above this buy side liquidity from last week's range. If we do, then of course I want to see that next target rent, and then the level of 103.756 at this next buy side liquidity right here. So that's what I got going forward for the rest of the week. We may run up and run this buy side liquidity here, right? And we'll have to see how the dollar responds to that level. We push through it, but don't break above it and close above it. I'll be looking for us to come back down inside of this weekly fair value gap that I'm sorry, this daily fair value gap that we see right here. So let me go ahead and mark that. Yeah. So that's what I would like to see going forward for Dixie for the rest of the week. Uh See if we throughout the rest of Asia and going into London tonight, see if we run up that buy side liquidity and respect it. And then I'll be looking for us to pull back down into this daily fair value gap. If we run above this 103.246 level again and we find the support above that, then I'll be expecting us to run that 103.572 on up to 104, well, no, 103, 103.756, and then 104.699. So that's what we'll be looking for out of dollar, everybody. See how that play out this week. Looking at currencies, of course, I told you guys I wanted to see the dollar pull back to start the week out. Um, Pull down um, to the downside, selling off to start out the week. But we didn't get that. Instead, the dollar continued higher today. So that's why we see this bearish move out of Euro USD. We closed today inside of this daily fair value gap. So um, unless we break below here throughout the rest of Asia, going into London, right? I'm expecting us to run to the upside to retest last week's PD array, premium array to the upside. That's what I want to see out of Euro USD. And if we do get that break below the daily fair value gap, then I would like to see us run these equal lows right here and run down into this weekly fair value gap that I have um, shaded in blue right here. So that's what I'll be looking for Euro. Pretty much the same thing out of the pound. I want to see us pull back up into last week's premium array, right? Or if we break below this sell side liquidity going into London, then I expect us to continue to run lower. And my target will be this sell side liquidity right here at 1.2486. That will be the target for um, pound if we break and close below sell side liquidity. But my bias is to the upside. Um, Going into the rest of the week, I would like to see us pull back up to last week's premium array. Yep. And hold on. Hmm. Pretty much the same thing, even with me putting the levels on the correct weekly range. I had it on um weeks before the week before last price range, but still the same thing. Unless we break back below sell side liquidity of last week's range, I expect the pound to pull back up to last week's premium array. Same thing. And same thing for NZD USD. Unless we close below last week's sell side liquidity, I expect us to pull back up into last week's premium array. If we close below last week's sell side liquidity, let me look at this on the daily. Yeah, if we break below sell side liquidity, and next level to the downside, I would like to see NZD USD run to would be 58,407. Simple as that. But I do want to see us pull back up into last week's premium array. So keep your eyes on that. If you're a currency trader, NZD trader, we ran that sell side liquidity from last week's price range. So see if we start to see market maker buyer model setting up. And we can take that up to last week's PD array, 87 pips for the lower level, 113 pips for the upper level. So keep your eyes on that, currency traders. Same thing for metals. I want to see us pull back up to last week's premium array for last week's price range for silver. And same thing for gold. Gold did close hard below that uh sell side liquidity. Let me see some on the hour. Gold look like it might want to expand lower into this daily fair value gap. Which it very well could. Um, hmm. Yeah, my bias is still my bias, but just be aware that um, gold and silver could continue to expand lower. So just be prepared for that. And if you trade metals, um, be aware and be prepared to adjust. And of course, you got to do your own analysis. This is my bias. This is my analysis. And I could, the market could go against my analysis, but my bias is back up to the PD arrays of last week's price range. And if we break below for silver and close below sell side liquidity, then this sell side liquidity would be next point of interest. And then this sell side liquidity would be next point of entry. And the feel of this buy side imbalance, sell side efficiency if we continue to go lower. Same thing. Goes hard below there. So we could see go come back down to run these equal lows right here and run down into this daily fair value gap before continuing to the upside. Just be aware of that. I'm a metal traders. Oil. I think oil might give us one more swing down to this daily fair value gap around about the 78, $77 price range for swinging up. Well, of course, we have to break below this market structure right here first, and see if we can get below there. We can't get below this market structure right here. Then I want to see us pop up above this fair value gap and find support so we can go ahead and So I can go ahead and long this thing up to $100. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a clean, strong break above the fair value gap, shaded in gray, and for price to find a support. Once we get that, once I get that confirmation, I'll be taking long positions up to $100. So that's what we've been waiting for forever with oil. So it's gonna continue to be patient. Um, Looking at E-mini, ES, S&P 500. I wanted to see us start out this week pulling back up to last week's premium array. We got that today. Um, so now I want to see what price does off of this level throughout the rest of Asian markets tonight and going into London. Whether we can push above there and find a support above that 45, 10, uh, 45, 12, 25 level. If we can find a support right here, then I want to see us go up to 45.26.75, the next, the upper premium level, and see how we react to that level. If we can break that level and find a support, then I want to see us run up to last week's buy side liquidity and the weekly, in the consequent encroachment of this weekly fair value gap that's marked in red. So that's what I want to see. If we cannot break above this 12.25 level right here, 12.25 right here, then I want to see us come back down and run last week. For the mini Dow, it came back down and retested last week's discount array. And we bounced off of it quite hard. So I want to see us. I want to see us continue. Let me see. Yeah, I want to see us expand higher for Dow. What do you mean Dow? I want to see us expand higher and run last week's buy side. If we break below uh this PD array level here, then I expect us to go ahead and come down and run the lower PD array level and possibly the sell side liquidity. Now, NASDAQ, we ran last week's sell side liquidity for NASDAQ, and we expanded higher, reaching into last week's premium array. Right. So same thing as with ES. I want to see how price react to these levels if and when we hit those levels. If we cannot hit that level, break above it, close above it, then I expect price to continue to the downside. Plain and simple. But I am bullish short term for futures going into the rest of the week. I just want to see those buy side liquidities rant, but long term, I am bearish futures. We think that we are severely in an overbought market for futures. And I think that we're going to start seeing futures sell, 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 um, extremely low or lower in the next coming months. So I do want to see us fall down lower, but I want to see buy side liquidity taken out first before we sell off. So that's what I got for futures. Last but not least, crypto. Um, I want to see us go ahead and run up to 32.5 for Bitcoin. All right, that's what I want to see. I want to see us go ahead and run up to 2,000 for Ethereum. And Ape, I showed y'all this week what Ape did for me. I dropped it in the group chat. I'm sure everybody's seen it. Made about 4 and some change off of just dollar cost averaging into Apecoin. I told y'all Friday night that I was about to buy some more when Apecoin was down at like $1 and whatever it was Friday night when I said I was about to buy some more on the call. Um, yeah, it was like at $1.80 something. Yeah, and I so took my little 400 profit out Saturday when we got up to like $1.04. Um, yeah, waiting for us to. I would like to see us pull back down to. Um, I would like to see us pull back down to about $1.90. So here between this fair value gap, right, and then our dollar cost average in some more to continue to ride us up to the upside. So that's what I got for the beginning of the week technical analysis. At this time, I'll pass it over to Corner so she can give us the fundamental sauce. It's all yours, Corner.